Welcome back, everyone. Today is going to be an exciting video, and I know the wife over here is excited.
I'm the most excited.
It's been... What are you breaking over there, Corey? Big day. It's been a while since I worked on gray. By a while, I mean I haven't worked on this car since I was at my house. You know, with the exception of changing a clutch out in the shop, that was about it. But other than that, those of you just tuning in, this is our 2019 STI Series Gray. It's been on the channel since the beginning. This is the very first car I've ever tuned, and here we are today. It's been on this setup for a long time now. This has one of our basic motors in it. This is a BBR Stage 3. That means it's a piston rod semi-closed deck. Our Stage 3 cylinder heads as well, so that does mean they are ported, polished, and BC280s. This has ARP 625s in it. We have a ETS rotate kit with a 6466, ETS front mount, 5-inch intercooler. This car's been on pump gas for about 2.5 years. Makes some really good power. It makes 580 wheel on pump gas at 34 pounds. It is on the aluminum side. It has ID 1050s and an AEM 340 in the tank that are beyond maxed out. And it's been that way for coming up on 20,000 miles. Never had an issue with the car. It is her winter car and was her daily driver at some point.
It is every now and then, as I switch up my cars.
But in your hand there
is the missing piece.
The missing piece?
For the last 5 years.
She's been wanting the intake manifold, and here we have Torque Solutions new. This is a prototype right here, intake manifold. Now I know some of you with a keen eye will think that this is just a Cosworth that's been modified, but I assure you that this is supposed to have a bigger plenum, bigger runners, and the backing block that was on the top that I don't think anybody ever liked being on the top is now on the bottom. You're fired from videos.
Just
you're not helping my video.
Why? It's a great. Everyone buy it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, huh?
Boom. Is that not the way it goes? But then this would be up. Oh, never mind. She gonna look pretty finally.
Today we're going to be doing some testing with this new Torque Solutions manifold for all you guys. But to do that testing, it's only proper that we make the car a good test subject. Being that we're already maxed out on our fuel system, adding more air is only going to make that worse. So I'm going to go ahead and do the changes I've had for this car that have been sitting here for a long time. I have a set of ID 1700s. I have a radium hanger of two 525s, and we're going to put those on. We're going to retune the car on E85. We're going to probably 34 pounds. We're going to leave it, put it on the dyno, see what the graph looks like, see the numbers, then bring it right back over here, change the intake manifold, put that on, and put it back on the dyno on the exact same map. And then I'll show you guys, obviously, if it does increase boost or decrease boost because we have more efficient manifold. I'll show you guys all the data of that and see where it is, and then we'll tune it to where it's the same boost level. What are you doing?
It's kind of dirty.
That's the point of a winter car, pal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started today with the fuel system. Like I said, I gotta get those 1700s in and that radium hanger. Thankfully, this car's already had a fuel system before, so I already have the relays ran and everything, so should be pretty straightforward today. But I'm gonna grab that stuff out. Some of you will notice the Foresters in the background. It is back from Fab. That's gonna be in a later video though, so I'm not gonna show you anything until you see that video. I got our radium hanger out here, ready to go. We got our two Hellcat pumps here. These are, there's the part number if you need it. These are 525s, so we got two of those. I'm gonna get this hanger assembled. Meantime, car is draining its tank because my wonderful wife decided to fill the tank up before I did this. I think that's how this always goes. If you do anything with fuel system, I swear, tank's full.
You did not tell me that this was happening.
Well, that's point of a surprise, pal.
Merry Christmas.
So, this thing's taking 10 years to drain with that little AEM 340 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get this assembled, and then we're gonna be pulling the hanger out of there. I will finish up draining what's left in the tank, and then I'm gonna pull the other side of the saddle, because when we drain like this, it's not actually pulling over from that saddle, so it's gonna still have probably close to a full tank on one side. So we're gonna drain that, and we'll have a complete, bare, perfect ethanol car, which thankfully I have some ethanol here, so I'll put that in it, and then I'll move on to the injectors, get the hanger in, we're ready to go for the dyno. Drop down below what you think this thing's gonna make. I think on E85 on 30 pounds with the ETS kit. This does have an ETS header on it. I'm gonna say a solid 650. maybe 680, but I'm gonna say 650, and then we'll see from there. And I'll probably lean on it a little bit more.
Not 700 because she'll probably blow up.
No faith?
No.
Come on, but the internet says 1,000 wheel stock motor. We got a built motor. That means we can do 1,500 wheel.
It's a semi-built motor.
She's got pistons and some Rodneys, but she's got not the head gasket I would choose for where I'm trying to go with this thing. So I'm gonna play things a little bit on the safer side today. Like I said, 30 to 34 pounds. If you catch me on 40, yell at me because I don't want to go there today. All right, here we have it. We got our twin Walbro fuel pumps in the hanger. This thing is a really nice unit from Radium. You guys have been seeing lately making some pretty insane power on these. Obviously, I recommend doing a more fitting fuel system if you're trying to go for 1,000 wheel, but this is a really solid fuel system. This is what we do for our 800 packages and lower. Obviously, if we're trying to make around the 500 region, we just do one of these Walbro fuel pumps, but two, that's a great addition for a fuel system later time. This thing's all ready to go, put it together in its final piece there. It's like its own little surge tank. Then I'm going to go ahead and get the factory hanger out of the car, and we'll get this thing put in. I'm going to drain what's left in the tank. I'm going to show you the other side of the fuel tank to show you what I mean by draining the fuel up here and how there's actually some fuel left in the tank over there. So let me get this thing put together, and then we'll move on to draining the rest of the tank. All right, many years ago this thing had a fuel system, so thankfully I still have my second relay here. That'll make today a lot easier. I've changed my route on wiring over the years. I have a lot cleaner way than what's here, but this is 3 or 4 years ago. Tank is drained on this side. You'll see there's just barely some on the bottom there. If we move over to the other side, like I was saying, if you do drain your tank, and this is why I say to always have it at a half tank or less when you bring it in, because then it will actually have a lot less on the side, or it'll be able to drain it all. Right now, the Venturi effect doesn't work, so we have a completely full tank on this side. So if you were to drain your tank at a full tank and think that you're putting E85 in it, if you have a sensor, obviously you'd be able to see that you didn't. If you didn't have a sensor, then you'd have pump in there, and you'd be more likely to be like probably E30 to E40 in that range with how much pump's over here, and you could lose a motor. It's very important that you would have the whole system drained for your E85. If you're not running a flex fuel sensor, if you're running a flex fuel sensor, you would see that there would be a problem. But just to give you guys some insight on this, I am going to pull that out, drain that, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. New fuel system's in the car. Car is running on E85 now. We are now ready to do our baseline. Obviously, I'm going to tune the drivability, just do something quick, and then go through, set the car up. Like I said, 30 to 34 pounds. We'll see where we want to stop today, and then we'll leave the car at the same spot, and we'll put on our brand new torque solution manifold and see what our gains are. And look who came to join. I figured you'd come for the fun part.
Party. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna get this thing out, get it loaded on a dyno. Let's see what old girl makes. She's gonna be much happier now being on E85. There we have it. Got old girl all on the dyno. Everything's ready to go. Clean up the idle stuff. I'm just gonna do real quick drivability stuff. I'm not gonna show you that. That's the boring stuff. I'll show you guys the pole. I'll probably just do an initial pull on wastegate, and then I'll show you guys from there. Once I get my fuel map all good to go, should only take a couple pulls here to get where we need to be today, but really excited. See, I'm still betting on around 650 on 30 pounds. We'll see. What do you think, Corey? What's your guess?
650 as well. I think on the stock one, it's going to be about there for that manifold, and we'll see what we pick up when we go to the bigger one.
All right, well, you heard him. I'm gonna fire this thing up, knock out this drivability, and let's get this party started. Alright guys, so I already did the first couple tip-in pulls there on gate, just cleaning up the fueling. So far we made 478, 455, so I'm going to go ahead and do more of a complete pull this time. Should be right around 24 pounds. We'll start there, and we'll go up from there and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pull done. few runs. Having the large as I do screen in here that I set a long time ago is definitely being kind of a pain for wastegate duty. It's wanting to hit real hard at first and then level off at the back. So been smoothing that out. We made 547, 492 on the last one on 27 pounds. On gate we made 478, 455. So definitely getting a broader power band there, revving out right there to 8. It's leveling down. Next one is boost target is set to 34, but it's probably going to fall short of that with duty. We'll see. We probably have 2 more hits and we'll be done with this, and then we can go ahead and put the intake manifold on and really see the changes that it creates. We made our rip the last one there, 32 pounds coming in, and it touched 34 up top with my boost ramp. I went ahead and added some more, but 644, 543, right about where we thought we would be. And when I said 30 to 34 pounds, everybody, this is peer pressure right here. They all said put this shit at 38 pounds. So I guess we're here. Dan, you're getting quite the test for your product, because fuck me. I guess 38, here we go. We'll see if it hits on this one. There we have it, boys. 36, 37 pounds on that one. I could have added a little bit more duty, but I'm just going to call it there. Car made 689, 606 foot-pounds of torque. Beautiful graph. There she is. We're just going to call it there, you bad peer pressures. Stock intake manifold still on. Now we're going to unload it off the dyno, put the other intake manifold on, walk you guys through it, and we're going to just put it back on the dyno the exact same way it is right now, same map, just with the intake manifold, and see what we make. NASCAR pit crew engaged. All right, so now we're gonna get this manifold on and walk you guys through us getting it on the car, and if there's gonna be anything you gotta kind of look for or change. But right now we're just gonna be pulling the intercooler pipe off. Corey got the intake off, and this is gonna be pretty straightforward. We're just gonna have to unbolt the upper portion of our intake here, since I already have aftermarket fuel lines that aren't attached to the manifold. So hopefully it's just a pretty quick swap here. I'm gonna let the GoPro charge for a moment. Cold weather definitely gets them. Not a bad baseline there. Looking at the data log, 36 at 36.5 pounds, 689 and 606 foot-pounds of torque. That is spicy unit. I'm happy with that. Definitely right around what we said it was gonna make. Excited to see the comparison. Map is loaded on the car. No changes are gonna be made to the map. It's just gonna go on the dyno and do another pull with the new manifold. So we're gonna get that on. Like I said, I'll walk you through if we have to do anything special. Otherwise, you guys will see the next clip of this thing on the car. All right, boys, there you have it. Beautiful torque solution, intake manifold all installed. Everything was straightforward. This has vacuum ports on the bottom of the manifold, and everything was piece of cake, guys. Just straight bolt on. One thing to note, there will be a stock location version of this to where it will space it up enough for an inlet. I know I've been talking with Dan about that. I'll turn the light back on so you can see. Since we have our 2.5-inch pipe for our charge pipe here from ETS, it fit no issues. Honestly, a really straightforward bolt on that took no time at all. I mean, it probably took us what, 45 minutes, to be over exaggerated a little bit, but perfect install. Gonna go ahead and fire this thing up, load it up on the dyno, and let's get this thing rolling. This thing looks so good. Now we just have a little red thing right there that we got to get rid of, but gets in there. If I turn this light off so you don't see too much, definitely cleans up the bay a lot. Looks really good. Really happy with it. So let's fire this thing up and see what she makes. All right, back ready to go on the dyno. See what this new Torque Solutions manifold does. What do you think?
Still very excited.
I'm excited too. So
Whole new car.
let's put this thing on. Back on the dyno, everything's ready to go. Windy right there, you can see our beautiful Torque Solution manifold on. Let's see how this thing improves over our prior one. This is a true back-to-back within an hour, maybe an hour and a half on the dyno, same conditions, same day, same map. There's no changes, so we're just gonna go do a pull, overlay it, show you boys what we got and what we gained. There you have it, direct overlay. Wow, look up top, we did pick up quite a bit. So we picked up some spool time right there. I'll overlay this right there, and we definitely picked up power all the way out the back. 689 prior, 712, 611. That was a 0 map changes. Looking over the data log right there before it got out, exact boost, 36 pounds is what we have there. You now have a 700 wheel car.
In the 700 club.
That's some spicy torque, 611, and this has a little ACT street clutch in it, so a little pass limit. Definitely really cool to see the back-to-back on it. You can definitely see that it picked up on the spool time. That's pretty cool to see, guys. Show you. I know it's always a little bit blurry on here, but you can see what I'm talking about right there. We picked up quite a bit, overlaid, and then out the back, picked all the way up out the back. So what is that? That's 13 wheel gain and 5 foot-pounds. 23 wheel gain, I'm sorry. Apparently I can't do math today. There's the overlay. Do I turn it up?
I think you should.
What? We see 40 pounds, baby. There you have it, boys. Direct back-to-back test. Looks like I said, my math was a little fucked up the first time. 23 wheel and 6 foot-pounds of torque gain over where we were before, but definitely helped up top. That's a nice broad band out the back that we picked up. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, get it off. I don't feel like working on this thing further, so I'm happy where it is. Everything was perfect, exact same. Car picked up power, and something I haven't done for you boys in quite a while is I'll do a little street rip. But as I told you, this thing does not have the clutch for this. This clutch is rated for much less. It's an ACT Street extreme duty. This car used to have a triple disc, and then I robbed it over because it was on pump gas and there was no reason for it. So I'll do a pull in the street. No guarantees I won't slip the clutch, but I think she'll be fine. I'll just be nice to her. What do you think?
She's perfect now.
While Justin grabs the wideband out of here, we're just wrapping up. And then we're gonna do that motherfucking street hit. See if that shit, well, we're gonna see if this clutch holds. I don't think it's gonna hold. Something else to note for you guys, you know me. I'd go to like 42 pounds on this baby, but the wife yelled at me. And if you remember at the beginning of this video, this is a stock case, no closed deck. That means it's piston rods. It doesn't have the head gasket I would prefer for where we are. It just has a standard JE Pro Seal, ARP 625 11mm head studs. So I'm gonna leave it here. Car's happy. You ready for that street hit or what?
I'm ready.
Everybody say prayer for this clutch.
R.I.P.
Justin says that you have to flat foot it.
You got to.
Fuck, man. It's gonna send the fucking clutch out right out of this thing. Damn, that Manifold looks good though. That shit looks good. This is good lighting. Get that thing out of there so I can get a picture. Alright, you boys been asking for it. We haven't done no street hits lately, so here we go. We'll go out, just lock up shop, head home. Prayer for my clutch. Prayer for my clutch. Made it home.
I heard he made 7 something.
712, baby.
Damn.
On 36 pounds.
Damn.
And this little ACT street clutch just held a full-on pull.
How did that feel?
This thing rips. This shit rips.
God damn.
Yeah.
The motor that good.
I know, a little stock case.
That's insane.
Made 611 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah. You want to see it?
Yes.
Okay. It's pretty. All right, boys. We made it back. I know you can't see anything. Now you can see me. Back at the house. Car's happy. First impressions, what do you think?
Damn, that looks really good. Damn.
There she is.
That's really good.
Came out really good.
It seems like it performed well.
Yeah. Picked up 23 wheel and 6 foot-pounds just back to back.
Damn.
Same mass, same everything.
Dude, it looks really good.
Right.
It completely changed the look.
100%. That's gonna wrap it up, boys. Hopefully you enjoyed some part testing back to back. This car has been to day one, honestly. Torque Solution and I have worked close over the years. Back when I was in the garage, this car does everything they've ever offered, and to be honest with you, there's a lot of prototype parts from them on here. This is the 101 intake manifold here. We have a 101 speed density kit from them on here. Steel rails. This is their line kit, like Torque Solution motor mounts. You name it, this car has it. The whole Torque Solution catalog. So, what better car to test? That's gonna wrap it up. Bam. Later, nerd.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. I ain't slowing down, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, fast lane. Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground.